This is Jennifer Harris, and I am turning in this video as part of my assignment for Module 8, Unit 10, Activity 1, Professional Learning and Ethical Practice for Standard 9. So the first item I want to talk about is that the principal at the school where I am student teaching, the school is Bethlehem Lutheran, the principal is Nathan Richter, once a month with the elementary teachers, actually the lower ones, K through 3rd, I'm in the 2nd grade, he will do a professional development. So for January, he did one about understanding guided math. We all stayed after school. He had a book about it, and he taught us a lesson. He had a handout on understanding guided math, which was how it's beneficial and what it is. And then he had some sample games to show us. This came out of a book that he had. He made copies out of. And then he had two of the teachers that he chose that came up and played some of the games. So he demonstrated it. The whole thing was about 45 minutes. It was very informative and helpful. And I actually ended up using that book when I did my next math stations in 2nd grade. I got some of the games out of there that we played, and it even had the little manipulatives like the spinner to play the game and the dice and such. The one in February that Nathan Richter was supposed to do was on guided reading or on reading, and he had to reschedule that because he unfortunately was suffering from a herniated disc in his neck. So that has not been rescheduled as of yet, and then I'm not sure what the one for March is. So those are monthly things that the principal does that are very hands-on and practical. I did not video myself with Nathan teaching that, so that's why I'm showing what he did. The second thing that I have been participating in is once a month. The staff also has vision meetings. Now they are a school and a church, and so it is truly the big picture. So they talk about things such as this. This is one that's discussed, and then they make notes. We get into smaller groups, and then they're typed up, and we have this the next month, and then the following month we get a blank one with new subjects. We make notes. Then the following month that will be typed up. So I have participated in 2 of these, maybe 3. I'm sorry, I've lost track, but just to give you an example, some of the categories are improving communication for the church and school, improving communication within the school, and increasing collaboration. Then the one that is not filled out, so this is the one that is currently in the process of being typed up, we discussed this, are valued member objectives. So identifying excellence, recognizing and celebrating success, timely communication. So those would be for the staff members. How do you feel valued as a teacher? Mostly on these meetings, I sit in and listen because I am not as familiar with everything. I've stepped in as a student teacher. I'm not already employed there. Everybody else is. But it has been very educational for me and cohesive and just very team building, I think, that everybody's on the same page and wants to connect and get the big picture. The third element for this requirement is that I have had collaboration with other teachers as needed. For example, I did want to do math stations in 2nd grade. My mentor teacher did not do math stations. She did reading stations in that subject, but not math. So she was very open to anything that I wanted to try, but the 1st grade teacher did math stations. So she invited me into her classroom, and I went in and sat in on the day she did math stations. She had 3 different stations. She rotated them in 12 minutes. They were, one station was with her at a table, so she was making sure all the students were getting the concept being taught. Another station was an independent packet that was review. That's something that they should be able to work on so they could be independent while she was working with the students at the back table. And then the third choice was like a little plastic shower bucket, and it was really fun. She had little tiny like erasers in there, and then things for them to make graphs, like how many apple erasers, how many this. So it was manipulatives and tactile and hands-on, and again also independent. She had been doing that with them all year, so they knew what to do, and when they went to rotate, they knew to do their packet, come to her at the table, or go to get one of the little plastic basket things, and they knew just what to do. So that was encouraging for me to see her do that, and helpful because I didn't know how much time to give in each station, how many students to put in each station, so that was helpful to me. The last item I would like to address, since I am at a school that is a school of faith, they also address that aspect of the teachers. And this coming Thursday, there is a specific day called Nurturing the Faith Day. There's no school that day, and we are going to a different Lutheran church, and I'm not exactly sure what it entails. I'm going to carpool with some of the other teachers, and it's an all-day event, Nurturing the Faith. So I am looking forward to doing that. I feel like it involves a lot of different aspects, and that is how I have covered Standard 9 for my student teaching.